Some people are seeing here a fast-growing monster that ends up being smarter than humans. Today we want to clarify how smart the monster actually is. AI has made great progress, and it was certainly an important step making a powerful user interface available for everyone. Let's just wake up the monster and check how smart it actually is. For this purpose, I'm starting an AI chat on Microsoft's search engine Bing. If you know this channel a little, then you can really judge the answers coming yourself. Here is the task. Please create a 300-word press release about the YouTube channel Electronics Unmasked. I need to add that I previously asked what the channel actually is and who runs it in order to kind of set the scenario. And then the chat AI was able to write a meaningful press release. I've done this several times and I'm sharing the best version with you here to analyze the information we get. The answer was, quote, Renningen, Germany, December 29th, 2023. The YouTube channel Electronics Unmasked has established itself as a valuable resource for hobbyists, students and electronics experts. The channel is operated by Klaus, an experienced electrical engineer with a passion for sharing knowledge. Okay. The chat AI obviously knows how a press release is structured. At a first glance, the text actually looks like a professional press release. This helps me quite a bit because I have little experience writing press releases. The location given here corresponds to the address of an internet hub close to me. It is not exactly my location. But okay, I can correct that. The first section says everything important about the channel. We find out who the target group is and that the channel is run by Klaus. And we also learn that I'm having a passion for sharing knowledge. Okay, the target group I want to address is in the description of my channel. However, the statement that I have a passion for sharing knowledge impresses me a little, because it's not in the channel description. I made statements in an interview video from which you can conclude this. Now there are two options. Either Chat AI is smart enough to understand my statements from the interview and then derived this statement. Or it made a standard statement that applies to virtually all YouTubers, which I think is very likely. In the following section we read about the content. Quote, Electronics Unmasked offers a wide range of content focusing on DIY projects and professional methods of electrical engineering. The channel strives to explain complex concepts in a simple and understandable way. Klaus uses his research experience to give viewers a deep insight into the world of electronics. This is really well expressed and correct. I actually made statements in various videos from which you could derive the text. But you could also simply extrapolate this from the context of the target group, namely hobbyists, students and electronics experts. Both probably came into play here. In the next section we can read about the channel's goals. Quote, The channel aims to bridge the gap between theory and practice, helping viewers improve their electronics skills. The content is designed to be suitable for both beginners and experienced electronics enthusiasts. Wow, those are clichés, but they actually fit with a few statements that I've made. The chat AI either found synonyms for my text or extrapolated something that fits to the target group. Things are getting even more interesting in the next section. Quote, Our goal is to create a community of like-minded individuals who are passionate about electronics, says Klaus. We want everyone, regardless of their level of knowledge, to be able to use and benefit from our content. The first sentence isn't true, but it's really good. Here I'm supposedly saying something that I didn't say, but that anyone who runs a channel like me should actually say. Among us here, I sometimes said something in real press releases that I actually didn't say, because I wasn't even asked a question about it. So I'm forgiving ChatAI, because that's what real journalists do to make the press release seem more authentic. Next, it's about the status of the channel. Quote, Electronics Unmasked has already built a loyal following and plans to expand its offerings. Klaus is committed to continuously improving the channel and creating new, innovative content that helps viewers expand their skills and understanding of electronics. This is correct and obvious, otherwise you would not be listening and watching me here. And of course, the channel will continue in case you are supporting it. The last section is a summary of the press release, which is valuable for me too. So I'm pretty impressed. Within a few minutes I created a well-structured and usable press release for Electronics Unmasked. But I have to tell you that when I asked my questions, I often got completely wrong answers. For example, there was a statement that I would cover robotics on my channel. In fact, I have never published anything about robotics, and that's an example where the ChatAI fails. It probably associated my channel with robotics texts because I covered projects on the channel with stepper motors, which are also used in robotics. I think it becomes clear here is no understanding of the context or even consciousness. But on the other hand, the ChatAI is much more than just a search engine. It is a kind of auto-completion tool that can access huge amounts of data, finding text that fits well. In case it was so intelligent that it could understand content, then it wouldn't have made the obvious mistake with robotics. And it would have asked me whether I really wanted something in the text that I supposedly said but didn't actually say. I'm using AI for translations and I have already created images with it. In the future I will definitely use it to phrase text. What I particularly like is that you can influence the kind of formulation. No matter whether eloquent, casual or scientific, the ChatAI actually finds suitable text. AI doesn't learn like a human. It doesn't recognize abstract logical relations and therefore cannot check the correctness of statements in a context. But it can process a lot of data and find information. It is a fast but unfortunately very stupid helper that makes a lot of mistakes that you don't actually want to make. To put it simple, you can let AI carry the stones, but you're still responsible for building the house yourself. Without human intelligence, the text for the press release would have no added value. We would not know whether the content is really correct. However, I can recommend working with AI because you can save a lot of time and effort if you do it right. Derived from my subscriber count, I can assume that ChatAI is based on information that is about 4 weeks old. Now stay tuned and don't forget to support the channel. See you soon in the coming episodes.